I told you that it's not just hard work that determines your success. Kind of contrary to what we're oftentimes told. Most coaches like to tell athletes, it's all about hard work. It's all about working hard. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a great book called The Outliers. Gladwell mentions three main ingredients to success. You got talent, you got hard work. Yes, absolutely, hard work is necessary, no doubt about it. But the third ingredient he mentions is right opportunity. Right opportunity is having the chance, the atmosphere, the environment, the equipment, whatever it takes to be successful. Now, I'm just going to use, for example, the sport of golf. And again, this would apply to any field, okay, non-sport, sports, any sport. But in the sport of golf, if you want to make it to the PGA Tour, you look up the people that made it to the PGA Tour, I guarantee that almost everybody, there will be a few exceptions, but almost everybody had access to a country club when they were younger. They started golfing at a very young age, sometimes as young as 4, 5, 6, had access to a golf course every day, had access to the equipment, and also had access to golf instruction, quality golf instruction. I bet almost everybody on the PGA Tour was flown all over the country to play in golf tournaments when they were as young as 10 years old, 11 years old, teenagers, definitely. Almost everybody. Now, some people are going to sit back and say, well, where are you going with this, Ben? What does it really matter? Well, here's where I'm going with this. I'm going to make the argument, and Gladwell would agree with me, that there are thousands of people out there that had the talent, would have worked just as hard, that never made it there because they didn't have that opportunity, right? When you look at Olympians, when you look at people that make it into professional sports, when you look at people that have success in, being actors, whatever, I guarantee you that almost all of them came from wealthy families. Can you find some exceptions? Sure, there are exceptions out there. I'm sure some of you will comment what those exceptions are in the comment section, which is fine. But what I'm saying is that almost all of really successful people grew up in wealthy families where they had an abundance of wealth, which created an abundance of opportunity that other people didn't have, right? You can have the genetics and you can have the talent. You can be willing to work hard. But if you grow up in a poor household, you're probably not going to have access to the equipment you need. Your parents probably aren't going to agree to fly you all over the country to get instruction, to play in tournaments and all that stuff. So you're not going to go as far with that sport. Now, this is what people don't like to talk about. Coaches love to talk about hard work. Coaches, sometimes people love to talk about the talent factor. But very, very rarely do we hear about the right opportunity, which is absolutely essential to success, whether people like to talk about it or not. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.